Whew, it is 92 degrees. I knew I was feeling that heat. It's that heat, that heat, that heat. It's that heat. Boom, 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 boom. Heat. All right. So, I want to talk about the 8 emotional stages of pet sitting. Oh, I wonder if I can turn around a little bit, get a little bit more of this sunshine on me. I'm on my way home from my most recent pet sit, which is, let's see, if I park here, will I be in the way? I don't think I'll be in anybody's way. I'm on my way home. Well, not at the moment, I'm in a parking lot. But I'm on my way home from my recent pet sit, which is the biggest pet sit that I've had, the longest. It is a 3-week pet sit with 4 dogs, and I'm there 9 hours a day. So yeah, I'm there for a long period of time, and I'm there for a long duration throughout the day. And so as I'm getting ready to go home, I notice like my mood changing a little bit, and it's not the first time. And then it also made me reminded me of one of my last pet sits where I was there for a week, but it was different timing. I was there overnights, so I'd get there in the early evenings, spend the night with the dogs, and leave in the late morning. So half the time I was asleep, but I was still there in the home. But I noticed when I left that pet job, which is the Poodle Boys, I get a little sentimental. Like, okay, first of all, let me outline what I'm going to be talking about today, because this is actually kind of a somewhat outlined live that I'm going to be doing, talking about the emotional stages of pet sitting as far as I'm concerned. And here's a brief run through. I'm going to be talking about anticipation and frustration, anxiety, excitement, awkwardness, comfort and complacency, sorrow, grief, and then relief. So that all of those words there just kind of came to me as I was driving down the highway, and I said, you know what, I want to process this and sit with my feelings and then talk about it, because there may be other people thinking about getting into the pet sitting. Hello, Ace Dead. Hello. And it's just a way for me to express myself and also tell people a little bit something about pet sitting that they may not realize. So like I said, I'm on this particular pet sit for 3 weeks. I've been with these dogs for 3 weeks. They're not my dogs, but I'm definitely bonding with the dogs. It's 2 little Dachshunds. I made some shorts about them. You can check it out. Actually, I made a couple of shorts with all the dogs, but 2 little Dachshund and 2 bigger dogs, a Labrador and a mixed dog. So anyways, I've got like 3 days left with them, and I'm feeling not depressed, but I'm feeling kind of sad, because this may very well be my last week with them, unless the family goes out of town again and they hire me again, right? So I was thinking, dang, I kind of got depressed the last time I was working with some dogs. Those are the poodles. Again, if you look through the channel, you can see me walking the Poodle Boys, and I've been with them a couple times. Yeah, it's kind of an emotional roller coaster. So let me go through these quick. It's 7 emotions of pet sitting that I call 7 or 8 emotions. The first part is anticipation. So I recently celebrated my 1-year anniversary pet sitting. Hello. I got the sun in my eyes, so I'm gonna see if I can read these comments on my other phone. Hello, Bernadine and the masturbators. Yo and hi. Yeah, pet sitting has been like the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I enjoy it. I'm in my 40s now. I'm middle age, and so this is like a whole new chapter of my life, which is completely different from the previous first 20-something years, where I made really good money doing factory work for a company that I won't claim or talk about. But made a lot of money there, but I was miserable. And now I'm making barely enough, but it's like the best thing ever, right? So these are like the 7 stages. So I just celebrated my first year of pet sitting, and getting customers is hard. You would think finding a dog to walk would be easy. You would think finding a cats and dogs to pet sit would be easy, but it's not. So the anticipation is like, oh man, I gotta find some clients. I gotta find some clients. I got bills that are, due. This is my full-time thing now. This is my full-time gig. This is my thing. So there's that like anticipation of trying to find some new customers and building up my client base and using the different platforms that I'm using to do so, right? So that's the anticipation, and I have that coupled, look at my notes, by the way, coupled with frustration, because as much effort as I am putting into getting customers and clients, it ain't easy. You can't make people hire you, right? You can put yourself out there, you can advertise, you can use Facebook ads, you can use Nextdoor, Marketplace, Craigslist, you can do all those things, but it's up to people to actually reach out and hire you. So that's like that first level, anticipation, anticipation and a little bit of frustration. Then I get hired. Somebody reaches out to me. They're like, yeah, I need you for this particular time, going out of town, going on vacation, whatever. Can you watch my pets? And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. So we do a meet and greet. I don't know why, but the meet and greet is like the most anxious part for me. It's like, basically I'm going on an interview, because I'm interviewing with somebody, and I'm interviewing with their animals too, because if it's not a good vibe between me and the animals, if the animals don't like me for whatever reason, or I feel like, oh, they might be a little bit too much for me, or, if we're not a good match, then there's that possibility. So there's always that anxiety of, I'm putting my best foot forward. I'm letting them know what I can offer them. I'm getting all the information from them. I'm staying engaged, which kind of is difficult for me sometimes because of ADHD and social anxiety. Those little things are always on my shoulders. Like, it's difficult for me to deal with people. But once I'm in with the animals, I'm good. Like, I love being around animals. So then there's that excitement, right? Oh, excuse me. That's the anxiety. The anxiety. The third part, the third emotion of pet sitting is the excitement. They hire me. It's like, yay, we interviewed a couple other people or whatever, or we decided to go with you. Here's the key, or here's the key code. You can show up on this day, and it goes from there. So there's that excitement. There's this euphoria. There's just like, yes, I'm doing it. I'm making my way, right? And sometimes it doesn't start right away. Sometimes people hire me like weeks in advance or a month in advance. Like this particular family, they actually hired me or interviewed me in January, and it's March, right? January, February, March. So it's 3 months of anticipation. Like, I got this big job coming up, and they could have canceled on me. They could have been like, we went with somebody else. We changed our plans. We decided it wasn't a good match. We're going to put them in a boarding kennel, something like that. So there's that kind of anticipation too. I am from Brazil. Can you answer my question? Can you sing a Brazilian song, please? If you can't, that's okay. That's very random. Ai, que coxa mais linda que viene que passa essa menina. Right? That's the only Brazilian song I know is The Girl from Ipanema, and I don't even know all the lyrics. So sorry, I tried. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, I got ADHD. Don't throw me off. Don't throw me off. I'm easily distracted. Da, 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 da. I know the words in English, but I don't know them in. I know the words in English. I don't know them in Portuguese. So, I tried. The Girl from Ipanema. Girl from Ipanema. Yeah, like I said before, I had the sun in my eyes, so I can't really see all of this. But thank you, Bernadine. Hold on, Bernard. I can't really see. You did very well. Hey, I tried. I love. Man, see, I'm getting off topic. Let me come back around. I love international music. I love a lot of salsa, reggaeton, samba, bossa nova. I used to listen to a lot of stuff back when we had iPods. Oh boy, I had a bunch of stuff that was not even in English. So, anyways, you got lucky. You got lucky. But anyways, back to what I was saying about the dogs. So I love my job. I love the fact that I can work for myself now, but there's always that like anxious feeling in my stomach of, am I going to make enough money to, pay my bills this month? So that's that part. So then there's that excitement of, I got the job. I know how much money I'm going to get paid. I learned my lesson from getting burned. Get paid first, or at least get 50% down, right? I mean, I got burned with a little job. It was a dog walking job, but it was still $35, right? They were supposed to pay me right after, and they didn't pay me. So I changed my mindset. I changed from pay me afterwards to 50% down, and then 50% when the job is complete. So I get a little bit of money that I can pay some bills with and work with. Then I do the job, and then I get the rest. And so it's like, I don't know, there's just this feeling of completion of getting my money right away versus, most jobs you work a week or work 2 weeks and then you get a check. Or if you get a salary job, you get it paid once a month or something like that. So there's always that excitement. So I get the job, I get the key, and once I go to the home and are we still good for meeting this evening? Oh, hold on. I think I'm supposed to be meeting somebody right now. Is my ADHD kicking in? I'm gonna have to get off the live. Are we still good for this evening? Oh man, I got a meet and greet right now. I got a meet and greet right now that I totally forgot about because I was thinking about the live stream and not looking at my calendar. And here's another thing. Well, let me go through this list really quick. Because of my ADHD and because of my social anxiety, when I'm meeting with people, I get right now in the pit of my stomach this sick feeling of, am I good enough? Am I going to do well? Are they going to like me? I don't know what to say. And this is with non-business stuff. Let me write. Well, I'm glad, you know what? As awkward as this moment is right here. Hello, Antoinette. Hey, and hello. Hello, Antoinette. As awkward as that was, I'm glad that I was looking at my phone, because the way my brain has been, I don't want to say deteriorating. I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD as a kid, but since my early 40s, let me put it this way. There's always been some scatterbrainness going on. And once I hit my 40s and 45 and up, it seems like I need a lot of help staying on task. So I have a lot of Google notifications. I have a lot of reminders in my phone. I have a lot of things written down. But if I'm not looking at it at that moment, it's hard for me to keep track of things. So if I weren't doing this live right now and I'd be at home, I don't know if I'd be in the shower right now or taking a nap or looking at my phone. But luckily, I was looking at my phone right at that moment when that message popped up. So whoo, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. But yeah, this is an upcoming pet sit for someone who's going out of town next month. And I have a meet and greet schedule. So I'm glad that I was looking at the screen at that moment that they want to meet in about an hour. So that works out. So now I don't have to rush. Now I can just woosah and get back to business. Okay. So going down this list of feelings and emotions that I have as a pet sitter, it's not all rainbows and butterflies and easy peasy. I mean, it is a pretty easy job, but there's a lot that goes into it. It's almost like that meme, the meme that it's like, you had one job. It's so easy that if you mess it up, there's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to pay attention. You have to, I'll get into that part. Let me write it down. Okay, so did I remember to say that? Okay, what did I leave off at? Excitement. The excitement of getting the job. So I get the key, or I get the key code. I go to the home and nobody's there but the animals. So it's just me and the animals. And it's this really weird feeling of, this is not my house, but I have a key to this house. I don't live here, but I have access to this home. So that excitement quickly turns into awkwardness, which is number 4 on my list. That awkward feeling of, I know I'm supposed to be there, but it still feels weird. Like me interviewing with people and I'm in their home and apparently they trust me enough to be there to do the job that they're paying me for. The animals have sniffed me out. They've given me the paws up and everything goes well. But then when I'm actually there, there's this weird sense of being comfortable because there's no people there. Like when people are present, I just have this sensation of, again, am I good enough? Are they judging me? Am I saying something weird? Am I sticking my foot in my mouth, which I do a lot? Am I making sense? Is my ADHD taking over? Am I, so all that goes out the door because I don't have to speak. I mean, hold on. I don't have to be understood by the animals through words. The animals understand me based on my body language, me just being there, the vibes I'm giving off. It's just a whole different type of communication. So I'm comfortable because I'm with the animals, but then I feel awkward because I'm in somebody's home and they're not there. And it's little things like, where's the light switch? I never did ask them that. Oh, how do I, different things in the house. Let's say if I'm there eating, like where I'm at now, I'll take my food there, I'll take my lunch. Sometimes it has to be cooked. And I'm like, where's the pots and pans? Do they have foil? Do they have this? And I'm going through people's cabinets and things. It's like things that it's normal, things that are very normal, but it's like an explore. It's like an adventure almost. It's a domestic adventure in someone's home. And of course, I'm always very respectful when I'm in somebody's home. I put things back where they belong. I only look for what I'm looking for. I'm not looking and being nosy. I'm looking for things that I need at that particular moment. And so, yeah, there's always that excitement and satisfaction of I got the job, I'm living my dream life. But then there's that awkwardness of, how do I turn this off? How do I lock that back? Last week, oh my goodness, last week, I was letting down the blinds. They're like Roman shades, the ones that are like one solid curtain and you can pull down the string and it covers everything up, right? So this particular home has an alarm system, and they have some kind of sensor on the window sitting here. So when I let down the curtain, the bottom of the curtain hit the sensor and it fell off. And I didn't even realize it. I mean, I kind of saw something fall, but I didn't know what it was until I started hearing beeping in the background. I'm like, holy crap, that's the alarm. That's the house alarm. I'm hoping and praying that the police don't show up any moment, right? So I'm like, okay, it was a little plastic shell or plastic cover that fit on the top of it. So I was able to put that back on, but I did call the people, even though they were on holiday, on vacation, like, hey, I think I might have set your house alarm off. How do I make sure that it's reset? I don't want the police showing up. And it worked out, but there's always that awkwardness of you're going to make a mistake. How do you fix the mistake as quickly as possible? You might mess up. How do you make it right? 2 weeks ago, or rather 3 weeks ago, I don't think I told you guys about this. 3 weeks ago, I was on a house sit up in Saginaw. I broke a bottle of wine. I'm not even a wine drinker, but I broke a bottle of wine and I was freaking out. How did you break a bottle of wine, Kenya? I'll tell you. So when I'm at somebody's house, like I said, I clean up after myself. The trash was full. Some of it was mine, some of it wasn't mine. But again, if I'm there at your home, I'm going to be adding to that trash, right? And I'm going to contribute by taking the trash out. So I took the trash out, put it out in the bin, came back in. Okay, where's the trash bags? Where are the liners? I'm looking under the sink. I'm again going through all this awkward hide and seek. Where are the trash bags? Where are the trash bags? Looking in here, looking in there, looking in all these different places. Finally, I said, you know what? Maybe it's in the pantry. So I go in the food pantry where the dog food is. Dog food's here, people food here. In the corner, down in the corner here, there's different bottles of wine standing up. Some of them are in a little wine crate. Some of them are in a little cardboard crate. And two of them were just standing up without being in anything. I'm looking around. Pick up a box of greenies, which are the little dental treat things for dogs. And I was like, hey, I know somebody else who likes these, because I was thinking about giving one to the dog. As soon as I picked up that box of greenies, as I was looking for the trash bag, see how I got distracted? Just that easy. Looking for one thing, picked up another thing, dropped another thing. The wine bottle goes, boop, boop, boom, boop, boom, just like that. It fell, it bounced, and on that second hit, it burst, the top of it burst open. It didn't completely like shatter, but let's see if I can show you. Here we go. My water bottle. So the wine bottle goes like this. Boop, boom. And like right there was a big hole, and there's just wine pouring out everywhere. And I'm like, holy crap, I just broke a bottle of wine, hoping it's not expensive. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, if it was really expensive, would they just have it on the floor like that? But it's not the point. The point is I had to hurry up and clean it up, make sure the wine didn't soak into everything else that was on the floor, make sure no shards of glass. The dog stepped in, make sure the dog didn't lap up any wine or anything like that. I end up buying the person. I told the pet parent right away, I'm so sorry. I broke a bottle of wine. It was in the pantry. How much do I owe you, or how, what was, I had to find the right date and it was like, go back and look on my community tabs. I'm pretty sure I either posted it there or maybe I posted it on Facebook or something like that. But yeah, anyways, the long story short, things happen and mistakes happen, and there's always that awkwardness of how do I reset? How do I get things back the way they were? How do I make things right? So I ordered that person a bottle of wine, which is like $60 something, had it shipped to the home afterwards, and luckily it was not something special or expensive. But now I did get off track. And then I did find the trash bags, and I put the trash bags, in the bin or whatever. But let me go on down to the next emotion, because now I'm getting all like, once I get in the moment of retelling a story, like I'm there, and then I just kind of forget where I'm at. So we got the anticipation, the frustration, anticipation of my next client, frustration of not getting hired, the anxiety of the meet and greet, like the one I'm about to go to in an hour, the excitement of I got hired and getting the key and meeting the dogs, the awkwardness of being in the home and balancing out making yourself at home and then also respecting someone else's home. So that's always like a balance. And then the fifth part is being comfortable and complacent. So where I'm at now, I've been there this is my third week there, and I'm pretty comfortable there. I go there 8 a.m. every day, let myself in with the key, greet the dogs, let them out the kennels. We're inside chilling. We're out in the back playing. We're inside eating breakfast. We're out in the back playing. We're inside, playing with the toys. We're outside taking a potty break. Like it becomes a routine where it's almost like it's my routine. I know they're not my dogs, but it starts to feel like this is what I do. This is what I'm here for. And it starts to become ingrained in me, right? And so I start to get into like a sense of complacency and comfort. Maybe complacency isn't the right word, but I'm trying to explain it. Like there's just that level of I'm here. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm good, right? I'm good. Till something goes wrong, like a glass of wine breaking, or last week a package got delivered to the house, and I was given instructions during the meet and greet, if any packages come, please leave them on the dining room table. So I did that. All the packages come, I look out, I hear the ring bell, or I hear the dogs barking at somebody on the porch. I go out, I get the package, I put them on the table. I go out, I get the package, I put them on the table, right? I'm not looking at no addresses, because it ain't my business whose name is on the package. So at one point, I left the house for the day, locked up, going out, said hello to the neighbors who were next door, and they had dogs. And so I gave them my business card. And as I was leaving, one of the pet parents said, hey, did you get any packages over there today? I said, yeah, I've been getting a lot of packages, And they were like, well, we got a notification saying that our package was delivered, and it showed a picture of a porch that wasn't ours. So I go into the house and look at the packages, and I said, oh, this one doesn't have their name. And it was the person next door. I did, however, first things first, I let the pet parents know, like, hey, I think something was delivered here by mistake, and it belongs to your neighbor. And I think it was like a vacuum or something like that. So anyways, awkward things like that happen. It's not a big deal, but like I said, I'm in a state of comfort, and it's all good until like that alarm goes off. And I was really hoping the police didn't show up, because if the police come in and see me and see all these family pictures that don't look like me, there might be an issue. And I'm always joking about that with people whenever I'm with a meet and greet, whenever I'm doing a meet and greet with the pet parents. If we don't look similar in some type of phenotype way, if we don't look similar, like we could possibly be family, I always ask them, did you let your neighbors know? Do you have neighbors who are like Do you have a neighborhood watch? Do people know that I'm going to be here for my safety, as well as just to make it a smooth experience for everyone? And so they do let me know, oh yes, my neighbors across the street, they know you're going to be here. I gave them your name, or my best friend lives around the corner, she knows who you are. And that always makes me feel comfortable, because again, in the climate that we're in nowadays, even in 2025, I don't want no problems based off of what I look like and where I'm at. Even though I'm supposed to be there, somebody might think I'm not supposed to be there, and they might take charge of the situation in a way that might not be appropriate for what's going on. But I'm comfortable. I'm pretty comfortable. Then it comes time for, I'm still looking down at my notes. Then it comes time for the last day or the last week. Like right now, it is the end of the day on Tuesday. I got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday's my last day. And I don't know if they'll hire me again. I don't know if I'll be out that way again. Maybe the neighbor that I give the business card to, I don't know if she'll hire me, if I'll get a chance to see those dogs again. But during that time, when you're a pet sitter, and if you really are an animal lover, I hope, you know what? I hope it's not too, I want a Diet Coke right now. I want a regular Coke right now. I want a regular Coke and some water. I just realized I have the air on up here, and I'm hoping that wasn't too loud. Hopefully somebody would have told me, like, hey, what's that noise in the background? We'll see. When I play the live stream back, I'll see how loud it was. But I have the air turned on here because it's warm. But the way my camera, my phone is sitting here by the vent, I'm hoping that didn't blast a lot of people out. I got to be mindful of that. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know if I'll be back up that way. I have bonded with the dogs. I was comfortable with the dogs from day one, and now, I'm feeling a little bit sad. Like, I read an article last week or 2 weeks ago that dogs, I don't know if the same goes for cats, dogs never forget a person, whether you're kind or unkind, whether you're loving, whether you're cruel. Dogs never forget a person. I don't know if it's by the scent or, by whatever, but those dogs will remember me if I ever show back up again. I know when I go visit my poodle boys, I call them the poodle boys, but they're two poodle brothers. When I go see them, they're jumping all over the place. They're like, it makes me feel good about myself, because I'm like, man, I don't have no human beings that get this excited when they see me, let alone, random animals. So that always makes me feel good. But the very first time that I left the poodle boys, I actually cried on the way home. Yes, I did. I wasn't like bawling or anything, but I was on the highway on the way home, and I was just thinking, like, job well done. Like, I gave myself a pat on the back. Job well done. You just finished one of your first, pet sitting jobs. That was one of my first long ones. I think I was there for about 3 or 4 days, or maybe a week. I think I was there for a week. And yeah, I cried a little bit. Tears were going down my eyes, and I'm like, why am I crying about these dogs? These are not my dogs. They're not part of my family. Why am I crying? It's because they are living creatures on the planet Earth that have feelings, that have thoughts, that have interacted with me, and that have been under my care. Like, I've been responsible for their well-being. Just like if I were a babysitter and I'm watching somebody's kids, that's not my kid, but you bond with that little baby or that toddler or that child. And when you say that goodbye, it's like, oh wow, you're disconnecting from something that you were connected to. So that's number 6, sorrow and grief. I feel sorrow because I may not see them again. I feel a little bit of sorrow because sometimes I actually miss them. I talk about my pets with my family. My daughter, I'll be showing her pictures. I'm like, look, this was a cute one. Oh, look what they did here. And she's like, why are you taking so many pictures of these people's pets? I said, well, it's part of the job, because I want to make sure that I can send them to the pet parents if there's something cute going on, or something important like, hey, they got a little scratch here, or they puked today. I will take a picture of that puke. I will take a picture of that poop if it's diarrhea or something, to let them know, hey, something's not right today, or something's right today, or something's funny today. I let them stay up to date on everything, right? So I have all these pictures in my phone that I constantly have to delete so that my phone doesn't run out of storage. But I actually start to miss them. Like, I'm thinking about them when I'm at home, like, Or if I'll see a commercial, a dog food commercial, or see a toy, whatever, I'll be thinking, oh, so and so would really like this. So and so loves to fetch balls. So and so loves the little crinkle toys, and I'm thinking about them as if they're mine. So there is that stage of grief and sorrow when I think about certain pets that I've taken care of. The number 7 on my list of this emotional ride of being a pet sitter is relief and rest. Relief and rest, which is pretty self-explanatory. When I'm on a job, a long-term job like I'm doing now, 3 weeks, I've been getting up at 6 a.m., getting out and jumping on the highway before the traffic rush to get to the home on time and do my job, right? Nobody's there. I don't have to clock in. I don't have anybody watching me. I'm doing this of my own integrity. I know I'm supposed to be there at a certain time. These people are paying me for 8 hours. Well, I'm there for 9 hours, but I have an hour lunch. These people are paying me for 8 hours. I'm going to be there for 8 hours. Even if I'm late, if I don't get there at 8, if I get there at 8:15 or 8:30, I'm not leaving till 5:15 or 5:30. Like, I want to have my integrity says, do what you say you're going to do and do it to the best of your abilities, right? So I'm getting up early. I'm going there every day. I get home and I'm tired. I'm tired, not as tired as I was when I worked that factory job, but I'm mentally exhausted. Sometimes I'm physically exhausted, depending on how much I've been playing with the dogs. But the fact is, I'm not at home. You know, when you're not at home and you're working, you're not at home. When you get home, you get to relax, you get to be yourself, kick off your shoes, and just do nothing, right? Veg out. So when a job is over and I've gone through that stage of grief and sorrow and, oh man, oh, little Fluffy, I'm not going to see them anymore. Or, oh, you know, once I get over that, then I'm just like, oh, I'm back to my own time, which is very different. This job, the job of working for myself, is so different from when I was a wage worker, a W-2 worker. I was going to say 9-to-5 worker. I've never had a 9-to-5 job. I've always worked either second shift or overnight shift. And I've worked overnight, midnights, graveyard shift for like the last 20 something years. So this is the first time I've actually had a 9-to-5 job, but it's still, the hours are not always the same, depending on what the parents need. Sometimes I stop in for an hour or two. Sometimes I just stop there in the evening and I'm there overnight. Or like now, I'm there during the daytime and then I leave at 5. So after a job is over, I just feel this great sense of relief. Like my time is mine again. I can sleep in if I want. I can just do whatever. So those are the seven stages of emotion. Those are the 7 emotions that I go through as a pet sitter that you may also go through if you are a pet sitter or have considered it. Again, that's that anticipation of a new customer, new client, the frustration when you don't get hired, or when you go through a dry spell. Like I went through a dry spell right before Christmas and right after Christmas, where I was not getting any clients at all. You got the anticipation and frustration, the anxiety, the excitement, the awkwardness, the comfort, sense of comfort and being a little bit complacent, sorrow and grief, and then relief and rest. And then I'm just now starting to get more and more customers, so there's less time in between jobs, and some of them are actually overlapping, where like next month I'm gonna have a customer where I'm gonna be seeing them once in the morning, once in the evening, and then I have another customer that's like overlapping it. So, and a house sit. And then the month after, I think I have another house sit coming up. A house sit, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm starting to get jobs either overlapping, where I start here and I stop here, and that same day I start another job, or, you know, just doing multiple jobs within a day, which is pretty much the way I wanted it to be. I wanted to get a certain amount of clients so that I can stay just enough busy, but not worn out to where I was doing the factory job, where I was working all the time, working 6 days a week, every week, and month after month, just all this overtime. It's not healthy. It's not it's not productive for your life. It's productive for the company, but it's not productive for your life. It's not good for your family. It's not good for your social life. It's not good for your mental. But now I work when I want to work. I work when I can get the customers, and it's a pretty good deal for me. It's still kind of up and down. I'm not quite feast and famine. Well, I think I actually am. I'm still a little bit feast or famine, which means I get a lot of jobs, then I get no jobs. Then I get a lot of jobs, and then I get no jobs. So hopefully this year a lot of that will balance out. But I'm kind of at the mercy of the market until I can keep getting my name out. And the more people that leave me reviews, like Google reviews, and the more people that leave me word of mouth with their neighbors, then I'll be able to get more and more business. So anyways, that's it. I just wanted to share that all with you. As I was driving down the highway, going on my way home, like I said, I started to feel a little bit sad because I was thinking about this job that's going to be ending soon, and whether if they hire me again, that'd be cool to have a repeat customer. That makes me feel good about myself because that means that I did something well, and it makes me feel a sense of value about myself, that someone else values my services and values me as a caretaker of animals. So that's always a good feeling. I guess that could be number 9 or number 8. Yeah, number 8 is when I get a good review from somebody or good feedback. It builds me up and makes me feel good about myself as a person, and it makes me feel good about myself as an entrepreneur. So yeah, let me put that on there as number 8, and maybe I'll put that in the notes afterwards or the comment section. Yeah, every time I get a new job and every time I get a happy customer, whether it's the parents or the animals, it definitely makes me feel like I made the right decision to start this, and I can't wait to see where it goes. So thank you all, whoever joined me on the live stream. It is 36 minutes, and I was hoping I could finish this up in about 30 because I know people typically don't rewatch live streams if they're really long, but hopefully this one is not too long. And yeah, let me say hello to the folks who came in. ACEDEAD. Oh, I see. Is that supposed to be like the alphabet? ACEDEAD. Well, Ace Dead, thank you for coming in and joining me. Bernadine67, thank you for coming in and joining me. The Masturbators, thank you for coming in and joining me. Bernadine67, thank you for coming in and joining me. Antoinette, thank you for coming in and joining me. And I want a Diet Coke right now. Oh, that's your name. I didn't see that. That's very clever. I want a Diet Coke right now. Saying your name makes me want a Coke, and I just might get one. I might go through the drive-thru somewhere, or if there's a convenience store, grab me one. Anyways, yeah, I just want to process my emotions, get that off my chest, and share a little bit with you guys. I know that I share some funny stuff on my shorts. You know, when I'm on my pet sits or my walks, I'll make little funny shorts, pet memes or whatnot. And I haven't made any tours lately. You know, when I go to the dog parks, I still have a list of dog parks that I want to share, so that if you're in Fort Worth or around Fort Worth and you're looking for like dog parks to take your dog to, you can go on Google and you can look it up. But if you want to actually see what it looks like, check out some of the videos that I have there. I have other videos such as dog friendly apartment in the DFW area, self-service dog grooming or pet grooming places in the DFW area. And there's another one that I can't think of at the moment, but if you go through my page, you can look through it. So a lot of my long form content is a lot more like resource based, because I do want to make this channel helpful to my pet parents, and not just my clients, not just my clients, but anybody who's a pet parent in and around DFW. Maybe you just moved here and maybe you don't know what areas you can take your pets to. Pet friendly businesses. So there are places in Dallas, there's a lot of places in Dallas where they're like restaurants or bars where you can take your dog in, or cafes where you can, take your pets or things like that. So if you're into that kind of thing, check out my page, look at some of my long form content. They are separated and organized in playlists, so it'll be easy to find. Go to my playlist and it'll show you like, oh, these are the dog park videos. These are the dog friendly apartment videos. These are the grooming videos, things like that. So anyways, this is more of like a walk and talk video, but instead of dog walking, I'm just sitting here talking to you. Anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate your 4 thumbs up. That's better than no thumbs up. So, yeah. Until I see you next time, I'm wishing you peace, love, and harmony in your cat or dog family. This is Kenya of Cats Dogs Harmony, signing off. Don't forget to subscribe, share me out with your favorite pet parent, like the video, and leave a comment. The engagement helps the channel grow, and I'm at the halfway point. I have 500 subscribers now. Once I get 1,000 subscribers, I can monetize my channel, which will be another source of income for me, which is very helpful since I am on long-term disability. Appreciate you so much. And if you're in the area and you need a pet sitter, consider me. Check out my website, catsdogsharmony.com. Email me, cdhpetcare@gmail. That's cdh as in Cats Dogs Harmony @gmail.com. And also, if you look on my page in the bio somewhere, there will be a link for you to sign up and make a pet profile if you have a pet that needs watching. That's it for me. See you guys next time. Oh, I'm getting so dark. I've really been outside. I got a tan. Look at me.